Good morning and welcome back to another video. I just want to take a moment to say that I had a little situation a couple days ago where I was hacked and it definitely didn't feel good. In a matter of seconds, 2 years of hard work was just taken away from me. It really threw me, and I really didn't want to do any more videos because it shook me that hard to where I pretty much said, how could somebody be so cruel? When I say this is all I have, I truly mean this is all I have. This is what I get out of bed in the morning for, beading, and I just love it more than anything ever. So to have somebody do that was not a good time, but I have everything under control now, and I'm back, and I'm not going to let one individual ruin everything that I've worked really hard for the past 2 years. So that's why I've been quiet and down for a few days, but I'm back and everything will be fine. So I've been trying to work on that Huichol stitch with you guys. I've been coming up with a pattern that would be the easiest way possible to teach you, and it turned out to be quite a nightmare. So what I did was I'm going to be showing you how to do this, and it's called the Zulu Stitch, and it's very similar to the Huichol Stitch. It's just a netted bracelet or a netted stitch done using really bright, bold, loud colors, and that's what I love. This bracelet is fun and unique. This button was handmade by a really good friend of mine, and I wanted to incorporate it, and look at how beautiful the colors work with this particular bracelet. I think it just looks stunning. So I'll be showing you a little swatch, because once you get this pattern down, you'll be able to go from there. I'll show you how to attach a button without a shank, because I've never done that before. And then I'll also show you how to add a little loop. Now I have to say, you will be working with a lot of thread, so you have to be comfortable with working with 3 yards of fireline or whatever stringing material you like. And you can pick 4, 5, 6 different colors. It doesn't matter. These are all size 11. They're all TOHO. And today I'm going with 4, but this bracelet up here had 5 colors in it, so that's completely up to you. And again, I chose another one of these buttons just to show you how to attach a button without a shank. So go ahead and get your stringing material ready. I went ahead and pre-thread this needle, size 11, with almost 3 yards of thread. That's what it took to make this entire bracelet, and that's a 6.5-inch bracelet. Okay, so we're going to begin. Like I said, I wanted this very easy. Once you guys get familiar with the basic, then we'll go in and we'll do some pattern play later on down the road. But I want you to be comfortable with this stitch, and I don't want you to be stressed, because I have to be honest, I was trying to do, it was called a diamond back pattern, and oh my goodness, it was stressing me out, because there's a lot of turns and there's a lot of, there's no repetitive pattern. It's all, you really are pretty much on your own. This way I can show you how to do it, how to make your turns real easy, and still have fun with the pattern and the color play. Okay, so we're ready to begin. We're going to pick up, also if you want to make these A, B, C, D, you can go ahead and do that. So I'm going to pick up 15 A's, and they're size 11s, like I said. And you want to make sure you have 15. It's very important, so double check. Okay, once you have 15 on, you're going to slide it down, leaving just about a 10-inch tail so we can attach our button later on. And I'm going to actually go down on zoom. You will not need a stop bead for this. It's only the first couple rows that are a little difficult to hang on to. That's all you have to remember. So we're gonna just skip 2, 4, 6. We're gonna skip those 6 11s. Working thread is here. We're gonna come back around and go right through this 1 11. Just like that. And just hold on, just keep your fingers like this. I'm holding on to the tail, and you want a 6 bead group right here at the top. Okay, and now we're gonna pick up 3 more A. And all we're gonna do now is skip. I'm gonna keep it real loose so you can see. We're gonna skip 3 and go into this one. It's so hard when you're not holding it, but I really want you to be able to see, so. All right, and then we're gonna pull, and then one more time, we're gonna pick up 3 A's, and we're gonna skip 3 and go into that very last A and pull. All right, and I'm gonna pull really hard now on the tail and the working thread, and you should have something that looks just like this. Now this is just me. I like to work same way I do with the peyote, top to bottom. So I'm gonna hold that tail right here in this hand, and I'm gonna take my working thread and wrap it over my finger like this. This is just the way I do it in order to keep a nice high tension. So I'm here at the top, I'm ready to make a turn to start the next row. So you always turn with 4 size 11s. So I picked up 4, I'm gonna come back around, and I'm gonna find that middle or bead number 2 of that 3 bead group and go right through there. Give it a good pull. And again, pick up 3A. And again, I'll show you right here. I'll use my fingernail and push that group out so you can really see. See that group of 3? You want to go right into that middle bead right there. I'll go nice and slow to start just so you get the pattern down. All right, and then 3 more. If my fingers want to cooperate this morning. Okay, and here's our last 3 beads right here. So we're gonna go right into that second or middle, pull, and again, I'm at the bottom, so I'm gonna take this whole piece and flip, just like that. So we're always working top to bottom. And I'm at the top, so I'm gonna make another turn. So I'm gonna pick up 4, and I'm gonna come back around and go right through that middle bead and pull. And since this is a swatch, I'm gonna actually shorten my thread a little bit because it's just going to be a little sample piece to show you. Okay, and again, 3, because we just made our turn. So you want to find that 3 bead group and go right into that middle bead, just like this. Pull and try to just tuck that tail over and ignore it. 3 more. And here's your 3 beads right here. So you want to go into that second one right there. And pull. Oh my goodness. Get snagged already. And now I flip, and a lot of people always say, why do you flip and flop so much? It's tension. It's all about tension. Okay, so I'm at a turn, so I'm going to pick up 4. Coming out here, I'm going to come back around and go right into that middle bead right there. And pull down. Now it'll be 3, into that middle bead right there. Oh my goodness, I'm going to turn that a little bit. 3 more. Right into that middle one. And then I'm going to flip, and then I'm going to show you, we're done with this color. We're done with color A. Because right here you can see I have 2 groups of each color. So 2 of those beautiful turquoise, 2 peach, 2 purples, 2 whites, and that's what you're going to be doing with this stitch, with this pattern. So see how I have 2 orange there, 2 orange here. Make sure you have 2 on the bottom as well. 2 there, and then 2 there. And now we're ready to move on to color B. So we're going to start with our turn because we're at the top. We're going to pick up 4, and we're going to come around and go right into that middle bead. Pull down, just like this. And now it's 3. Find that middle bead, and if you can't, I kind of will press it out like this so I can really see those 3 beads right here. 1, 2, 3, and you'll go right into that middle one. Pull. And 3 more. So that's your repeat into the middle, and I'm going to flip right now. So just flip it over. We're coming out the top, so you know it's time to make a turn. So we're going to pick up 4, come around and go right into that middle bead right there. 3, into the next middle bead, and you'll do that all the way down. And that's how I modified it, so it's very, very simple, very relaxing, nothing stressful. All right, flip. So I'm always working top to bottom. We're at the spot where we're going to make a turn, so I'm going to pick up 4. Excuse me, and come around and go right into that middle bead right there. And we'll continue. And that's basically it. Nice and easy. And let me tell you, the other one, not easy, not at all. If I was sitting with you, like teaching a class with you and sitting next to you, I could do it no problem. When I'm on camera, it's hard to show the graph in the turns and the count because it changes so constantly. So that's why I just said no. If they know I'm stressed, they're going to know I'm stressed, they're going to feel it, and they're not going to have a good time because I truly was getting really frustrated with the amount of directions I had to keep writing, and I kept saying, oh my goodness, they're never going to, there's no repeats, so that's what's difficult. Okay, so here we are at the bottom, and here's where I told you to make sure you have your 2 groups at the top. So here's 2, and then here's 2 at the bottom. So we're already ready to go to color C. So we're at a turn. We're going to pick up 4 color C, come back around and go right into that middle bead right there. And then now it's just going to be 3 into that middle. I just want to get this piece a little bit longer so I can show you how to attach the button. Because looking back at my videos, I'm sorry, I'm going to flip just so you know, do my turn. Yeah, looking back through my videos, I've never showed you how to attach a button without a shank. So I thought that it'd be really cool to do that. All right, so 3 into the middle. That's really, really pretty. I love these colors too. I'm going to actually do one in a darker colorway later. And then I want to do one in like Christmas colors. I already have a ton of ideas in my head. I just wish I had more energy and more time to do all the things that I have in my head. So, all right, pick up 3. Plus I had a really beautiful tubular herringbone video already to be uploaded. Everything was lost, so I'm gonna have to redo that one, but I want to show you that stitch too because it's a lot of fun. So I'm here at the top with a turn. I picked up my 4. I'm just gonna come back around and go right through that middle, and that's all you'll have to do. I'm gonna go down a little bit, and we'll go and pick up 3, and we'll just continue. Just keep in check that you have 2 beads on the top, 2 beads on the bottom, and you'll be good to go. Did I pick up 2 there? Yes, I did. So I'm going to back out really quick, pick up 3, and then go through the middle. And I am ready to make a turn. And see, I have 2 greens and then 2 greens down here. So we're already on to color D. And like I said, if you want to do 10 rows of one color, 10 rows of another, it's completely up to you. I can't wait to see what colors you guys come up with. So I picked up my 4 and I'm ready to make a turn, go right into that middle bead. And then I'll do 3 and continue this all the way down. I just want to get a little bit farther, and then I'll show you how to attach your button, and you will be good to go. All right, if anything loosens up on you, you can always take this top part right here, pull, and then pull down on your working thread, and that's how you can get it nice and tight. So I'm going to flip, make my turn, find that middle, and continue. Now it's 3, find that middle bead, and we'll do that all the way down. All right, what's going on here? I don't like the looks of that. I must have picked up thread or something. Let's see. Nope, I just didn't pull hard enough. Okay, so we'll pick up 4 because we're at a turn. Make sure I have the right count in here. 1, 2, 3, yes. All right, find your middle, go right through there. And that's it. Once you get moving, this stitch is a lot of fun. And do your very best to keep a nice high tension. You don't want to see any thread showing or gaps or anything like that. All right, I'm going to stop right here. Just going to make my turn and finish this last row. And then I will show you how to attach the button. And then we'll move on to the one that I have finished so I can show you how to attach the loop as well. All right. So, say I'm at the end, I'm all finished and I'm ready to attach my button. I'm actually gonna work, let me see which color. I think this orange color will show up a little bit easier for you guys. So I'm gonna pop a needle right onto this tail, just so you'll be able to see how to weave back without distorting the pattern. Excuse me. Okay, so we are coming out of this one right here. All we need to do is find, it doesn't have to be perfect, but I want my button to lay like this. So I want to find an area right in here where it's going to line up. not overhang or anything like that. So I'm just going to go through these two at the bottom, these two edge beads, and then I'm going to weave into the work. So I'm going to go over and then through, just as long as no thread is showing. All right, let's see. I'm going to move over just one more. I think this one right here. Let's try it. And this is what I do. I'm going to test it because each button is different. So let's see. That's perfect. And it's centered and it looks beautiful. But whenever I add a button without a shank, I need a little bit of a lift. So I'm going to pick up, I'll do white just to show you, 111, and then the button. And now I'll use a really bold color, so I'll use 1, 2, 3 11s. We'll go right down that empty hole of that button, and I'm going to leave it real loose. So see how we have to add one more 11 so it makes it even. We don't want it off balance. So we're coming out of this 11 in this direction, just like this. We're just going to add this 11, come back around and go right back through the one we're exiting and pull down. Make sure you don't grab anything there. Pull nice and hard and make sure you don't have any twists or turns. I'm going to hold on and pull. All right, that looks amazing. So what you will do now is you're going to carefully weave back and just reinforce that whole area so that it's nice and secured down, just like this one. You want that on there nice and sturdy. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to make a loop at the very end. I'm just going to move some of this over. And I think, let's see, I'm going to use, I really like, I'm going to do straight white. And I know it might be a little hard to see, but I think it will look really pretty. So I'm here at the end where we just finished our last round of 3 and went through the center, and we would normally flip and do our turn. Instead, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to weave through these 2 bottom ones, go into the work, and I'm going to go in like this, and then find that middle, kind of middle bead. It doesn't have to be perfect. Right here. I'm going to poke out right there. Let's see how that looks. Okay, great. And now I'm just going to make a loop. That's how simple it is. And I'm going to kind of guess, and I'm going to count for a minute, and I'm going to guess about 22. All right, and all I'm going to do is, see, I'm coming out the 11 this way. I'm just going to come back around and go right through the 11 in this direction now. Pull, and I just want to test this fit. I can already tell, way too small. So 22 is definitely too small, and that's what you have to do when you're attaching your clasp. You want to test fit everything before you go ahead and secure it, obviously. So I'm just going to back out. And no, I grabbed thread, so I have to pop my needle off. So I'm going to bump it up pretty much. I'm going to do 30. So I'm going to add 8 more 11s. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then again, coming out in this direction. I'm just going to come back around and go right through in this direction. Let's see now how this looks. I'm going to hold on to it like it's all attached, fold it over, and I want to see if it makes that slide. All right, now it's too big, so And this is all real deal stuff. I try to do it sneaky, but nope. It's making me take my needle off. Yeah, this is all real. This is how I really test fit all my buttons, everything, all the clasps I put on to make sure they fit nicely. So 30 was too big, so I'm gonna pop off just, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and again, go back through, and then let's see. Geez, that looks small too. Let's get it over. Perfect. That's perfect. That'll be absolutely stunning once we have to tighten it down. So it'll be right like that. You just don't want it too loose to where it's going to slip off, or too big. Excuse me, too big to where it's going to slip off. So what you're going to do now is just run around this loop and secure everything down. And that's it. So I'm going to run through all these beads, back down, and I'll just show you where I hide a couple knots. It's a little hard to hide knots in such a delicate piece of beadwork. So that's why I want to do it with you. So we're just going to go. Now we've reinforced, so we're going to go through these beads any way you can to get to an edge bead. All right. And pull down, and right here in between these two beads, I'm going to pick up that thread space, and I'm going to throw in 2 knots just like this. And then I'm going to go right through these 2 and then down, and I'm going to do this several times. I'm going to weave wherever it wants to go. So I'm going to go to the other side, just like this. So no thread is showing. And then right here, I'm going to pick up this thread space, pop in 2 knots, pull really hard so you can pull it right through these 2 beads right here. And then I'm confident right now, I'm going to go ahead and burn. Okay. And then we're going to move some stuff out of the way and see how this looks. I know it's a bit like Easter colors, but it's still really, really cool. And it does have a little flex to it, so just keep that in mind. It's got a little bit of flexibility when you're designing it. So always keep that in mind when you're measuring and all that fun stuff. But I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.